Hello, welcome to week 2 of Introduction to Professional Writing. We start off this week. There's an academic integrity quiz to do. There's also a couple tutorial videos to review and to look over. We have two chapters. The first one defines what technical writing and professional writing is all about, and then there's also a chapter on developing instructions. Let's click on that. Fortunately, this link does go right to the chapter. It's also available in course resources, but here's the unit. It's an e-textbook that UMUC put together. It's a little dated, but it's actually a very good um, source of information. Most of it is still very current and relevant today. So the best way I found to read it for me is to go to click on this tab, and it comes up, and then you can download it onto your tablet or your computer and read it that way. There's also a video review that our academic program chair put together, so that's a good video to look at too, um, as far as an overview of developing instructions. This week we'll we have one discussion, and that's sending an email to a professor. So, and send it to me, your instructor, Professor K, and this video will tell you good techniques to write an effective email message. So look at that. Here's the discussion instructions, and they tell you exactly what to do. And basically, you want to clarify an assignment for an instructor, so you want to compose an email. So this will get you kind of in tune to writing good professional emails, starting with a subject line that really details what the main point, what your focus is on your message. So, um, and for this discussion, it is required that you give feedback to at least one other student's responses to the thread that they created. So, and then the persuasive message is our first main assignment, and I'll go over that. Try to keep it quick here today. This also you can download and look at your leisure. A lot of times for assignments, I'll cut and paste the whole assignment and put it at the top of the Word document I'm actually working on, and then I'll refer back to it from time to time to make sure I'm on the assignment. Um, Basically, so for this one, you'll be doing a persuasive email message, and you want to contact Johnson College. This kind of refers back to a discussion in the first week, and you're the chief technology officer for Johnson College, so that's how you should address yourself. And your college has been using Leo for 2 years now, and you've discussed some concerns and problems with the system that have come up. You can use the ones that you talked about in your discussion of week 1. It also gives you some examples down here. But what you want to do is re, um, write an email message to Mr. Robert Kurzweil, and he's with Leo, and tell him about some changes that you would like to see made to Leo. Um, this gives you actually four examples here, four problems. The Leo interface leaves too much space at the right. The Leo quiz function does not offer a possibility of such and such. The only thing I would say to that is, if I were writing this personally, I would probably maybe introduce a problem, but I also state a solution, make it more positive instead of kind of pointing out a flaw. Say that Leo, these are some ways Leo can improve and help our institution, and one would be increasing the length of the video function, and also increasing the length of the audio clip. Formulate these, state these as solutions. You also might want to say what the problem is, but offering solutions is usually a better way than just complaining basically. So um, these are some other things that you might want to write about. Like, you definitely want to write the letter you as you representing the college. It's not just you yourself, as you know, the person who's has the problem with Leo. It's a college wide decision, and it's by the president of the Johnson, the provost, the dean. They've all agreed and asked you to submit the email to Leo to try to identify ways to improve Leo and come up with the necessary changes. At the end, it does say that there is a possibility that you won't renew the contract with Leo, but I wouldn't. If this was a first mention of the issues to Leo, I wouldn't personally. I don't think that's a good idea to even mention that, because it's kind of threatening. He knows that you can always change your contract if you're not happy with his company. So I would just be congenial, ask for a meeting. That's the goal, really. So that's something that you probably want to put up top of your email is a phone meeting to discuss some changes to Leo. You might even want to put that in your subject line. So, and this is a link to some tips on emails that's pretty good, and offers good ways to organize an email and some kind of way, like a checklist to make sure you're on point with everything. Here's the format you should follow, and the message length should be 300 to 450 words. If you're less than that, you might not describe really enough what the problem is, what your solutions are. And if it's too long, then a lot of times you'll have a tendency to lose your reader. And so keeping it short and concise is a good way to write your business letters. I look forward to reading your first drafts. Your first drafts are due at the end of this week. That gives me, try to do a first draft that is as polished as possible. Try to work on it and complete it as that being your final draft, and then I'll look at it, and if there are any definite changes that need to be made, proofreading, grammar problems, I'll offer you feedback, and then in 2 weeks I'll change the due date, so you'll have a chance to review it, review my feedback, and offer a final draft. So let's have another great weekend. I look forward to seeing your discussion posts. Thanks.